What's up, guys? I'm Will Johnson, and today's tour takes us to 259 Astoria in Hendersonville, Tennessee. This is the Marley floor plan by Meritage Homes in Mansker Farms. As always, AI always talks about energy efficiency, but this place actually delivers with the sealed-in attic space and the M-connected smart home. A big thanks to Brandon Coachland for the tour today. Brandon handles the houses, but I take care of you. If you're ready to stop scrolling Zillow and start actually moving, call or text me to 615-265-1000, and let's go see if this Marley floor plan has the kitchen that you've been waiting for. So first, looking at the exterior, love that covered front porch area. I mean, that is just beautiful. Have a couple of rocking chairs out there. You might be able to even fit 3. That's a little bit wider than normal and pretty deep as well. So one thing to note, this whole lot is pretty level. Like when we go to the backyard, it's pretty level as well, even though we're in Mansker Farms and it's a lot of rolling hills. But why am I bringing that up? Because steps in from the garage are going to be, virtually nothing, but even from the driveway. There's hardly any step up at all to be able to get to the front of the house. So if you like a little bit darker colors, like that green is really in style right now, and you've got the contrast of that blue for the door. So we're going to go inside. We're going to do a quick 360 of like the kitchen living room area for you to be able to check that out, and then we'll start back at the front of the house and make our way through. So all right, so this would be the area where like the kitchen table would go. We'll pan around, show you where the kitchen is here. Looking at the appliances, yes, the refrigerator is part of Meritage Homes. They do include the refrigerator, they include the washer, they include the dryer. One thing you may notice, because you're sharp, right? Very, very sharp, is that this particular house does not have a fireplace built in. So if a fireplace is not something that's important to you, or you really don't want some of the floor space taken up by that, it's great that they've got a lot of options in here depending on what your taste is. So a lot of windows that they've got in here for tons of natural light. And you can probably see just peeking through the windows there how level that this lot is. But we'll get to that at the end. Let's start from the beginning of the house, and then we'll take a closer look at that kitchen. So one thing to note, that front door is glass pane, so a little bit higher end, does allow that natural light in, but you're gonna have plenty of privacy because of the hallway space that's here. So this would be a great office space. It's open, and you've got room for a pretty good size desk in here. So I'll get to the corner to give you an idea of how big that the room actually is. And you've got multiple ways that you could face your desk, right? Like you could have your desk facing this wall. If you've got a longer, wider desk, you could have face the window. If you've got a little ADD like me, and seeing people walk up and down the street sometimes can be a welcome distraction. So plenty of wall space here for your artwork to be able to go on, whether you've got family pictures or some really cool pieces of art that you'd like to show friends as they first walk in. Now, this is a unique room, and unique in a good way, right? So, man, there's so many things you could use this room for. I kind of like this almost as like, a quiet space. Like you could meditate in this room, you could do some yoga in this room. This could be a kid's playroom where you could close the door and the toys are put away. This could be, honestly, you could close the door, have a love seat in here, put a TV up against the wall there. This could be a separate, listening area where you could watch TV if you don't want to be in the living room area. You could also make this space out, if you cook a lot, to be a monster walk-in pantry. This could also be walk-in storage. You get the idea. There's a lot of things that this room could be used for. So you do have some durable LVP flooring throughout. Give you a close-up of kind of the baseboards and a close-up of that flooring. So We've got two closets up here, one to the right and one to the left. So this one to the left is your traditional coat closet, and Meritage Farms does a good job of putting an outlet, power outlet in these closets, so that way if you've got a security system and you've got a hard drive connected to it, typically it'll go into a coat closet like this, so you've got a place to hook that up. Or if you've got a vacuum cleaner like a Dyson that's electric, you've got an area to be able to hook that up as well. So super nice, plenty of room for like your coats, especially when you see the size of the drop zone in this house. So here's another closet over here. Now this is more, I would consider this to be more of kind of like a Costco closet. So you put your bottled waters in here, you can put your paper towels if you've got extra toilet paper, you know, huge rolls of stuff, or you could put some additional shelves in here and extra canned goods. I mean, you do have a good size walk-in pantry already, but just for secondary storage. So the stairs are very well tucked away in this house. They're not obstructive at all. You don't even notice them when you first walk in through the front door, which is nice because most buyers make the decision whether or not they're going to buy the house, statistically speaking, within the first 6 to 10 seconds that they walk in. And one of the things that can make a big difference in that is, you know, if the stairs are right there as you first walk in, they're obstructive, they're blocking the way, it just doesn't feel as welcoming. So you don't have that problem with this house at all. All right, so again, going back to this living room space, man, this is big. I mean, this is really big. I mean, you could put a sectional, multiple chairs in here, seating for 6 to 8, super easy, no problem at all. So let's focus in on the kitchen. So you could put 3 bar stools up against this island, possibly 4. We'll take a closer look at some of the pendant lights in here. So pretty cool, a little bit funky. I haven't seen these in many homes. So yeah, if you like gold, you know, little flecks of gold, the countertop here does have some of that in it. And something that we bring up, because there are some houses that, depending on the county, do not have power outlets in the sides. This one does have power outlets on both sides. So a lot of cabinets in here, good amount of kitchen cabinets. Those are wider cabinets. So depending on the type of cabinets that you like, if you like the traditional cabinets, this one has it all the way along. If you like the pull-out drawers, this one does not have that. So if drawers are more your style, there's plenty of houses within this subdivision that do have that as well. So you've got the 4-burner gas, and this is one of my favorite backsplashes. I've got something very similar in my house as far as a backsplash goes. It's got a little bit of texture to it. It really shines well off of the sunlight. It's just beautiful. And depending on what you put on the countertops, it's neutral enough, obviously being white, that it'll go with really anything. So, and here's a look at this side of the island. And again, some people prefer where you've got the pull-out, where you've got the 2 trash cans in there. But depending on how much that you cook and how much, you know, if you've got crock pots and you've got all kinds of stuff, you may appreciate not sacrificing cabinet space and having that additional storage that's there. So this is a cool little spot right here. If this is not perfect for your, you know, Keurig or whatever coffee pot that you've got, that's like a perfect little space for that. So I'm a big fan with these Meritage homes. We talked a little bit about the blown insulation, but also that they've, you know, the washer, the dryer, the refrigerator is included. And so you think, well, if all this is included, they're not really, can't be really that nice of appliances. This is sexy, baby. This is sexy. So, I mean, you show up and you're showing people this kitchen, you're like, they got some nice stuff. So, all right, let's check out the walk-in pantry. So again, if storage is your jam, if that's something that gets you all excited, this is a house that's probably getting you pretty excited. So yeah, you've got 4 rows of shelving that's in here, goes all the way back to the corner. Got a lot of floor space that you could stack stuff on, and yeah, a good amount of room for sure for a a walk-in pantry area. So let's go check out this side. So this is the side that you would walk in if you're coming in from the garage. And one thing of note, check this out. So you've actually got 5 hooks here on your drop zone. So this is an extra large drop zone. You've got 4 cubbies up top, 4 down below for your shoes, super wide sitting area there, and a little bit of extra trim work that's in the back. So makes a good first impression. If you're, you've got some friends with you and they're in the car and you come in through the garage. But what's also nice is how tucked away that this half bath is. So it's way on this side of the house. There's nothing else that's close to it other than the garage and that drop zone. And so if you have somebody that, is using the restroom on this main level, it just gives them a little bit more privacy to be able to do that. So floor plans are important, how they're shaped, where everything is at. So it may have the right number of bedrooms and baths, but if they're not located correctly, it could just make the house feel a little bit off. So pretty standard size garage here. But I love to point out anytime a home has a tankless hot water heater. So all of the Meritage homes in here, they do have a little bit differences even among the floor plans, but one thing that is standard is their hot water heaters. So just goes along that theme of efficiency, cost savings, and man, it's so expensive to put one in after the fact. So to have it there for you already is a really big plus. So, all right, let's go check out the upstairs. We've got a lot of house left to go. I'm a big fan of the color of these wood treads. And as we go upstairs, so you notice that that lower level was non-carpeted, but the upper level is, which, this will provide a little bit more sound isolation as you're walking up here where people don't hear you as much downstairs. And typically if you're upstairs, it's a little bit more casual. People aren't generally wearing shoes up here. They're either barefoot or wearing socks. So sometimes the carpet can feel a little bit more comfortable. So here's a look at that loft area up here. So you've got room for a sectional. I would say this would comfortably seat probably 6 to give you an idea of the space here. All right, so let's go get in, start checking out some of the bedrooms. So yeah, we've got a really good size master bedroom here. And I'm just gonna give a little view out here. So this is with the view outside of your master. This looks like AI. It is not. That is exactly what it would look like from this address from your master window. So good size, no problem fitting dressers, king size bed, all of those things in here. So this one does have the tub and the shower both. So if you like to take baths and you prefer to have a traditional bathtub over a tub shower combo, then this one does have a separate tub to it. So you've got that center set of drawers. I'll do a close-up a little bit here on the countertop so you can take a look at that. Take a look at the plumbing fixtures. That is the pop-up, pop-down variety. Some people like that. Some people like the traditional where you can pull it up and down from the back so you don't have to get your hands wet, as you're popping it. If you're holding water in there and then you've got to release it, you got to pop it back. But it does honestly look a little fancier and a little bit cleaner lines to not have the little, I'm going to use some technical language here, the pulley thingy on the back of the plumbing there. So if you know the term for that, please feel free to include that in the comments down below. All right, so here's the tub. It's a good sized tub. This is actually a little bit different than some of the other tubs in their floor plan. So a lot of them will have kind of an area along the right and the left. And this one does not have that, but it does have a little area where you could still relax your elbows in there, and plenty of room along the sides to be able to put some candles, put your glass of wine, a book, whatever that you'd like. And something of note, and you probably noticed this because you're smart, but if you've looked at the other homes in this neighborhood, take a look at the tile. So you've got just that little bit of extra area, that little bit of extra along the top here of tile that some of the others don't have. So it's just, you know, you're gonna splash some when you get into the tub. You're gonna hopefully have some bubbles in there. And to be able to have a little bit of extra protection is nice. So large window, privacy window to add in some of that light. You do have a towel bar that's built in there. And let's take a look at the shower. So the shower is for one, but it can be for a larger individual like myself. I'm 6'1", 285, and I could hop in the shower, no problem at all. Feel like I have plenty of room to move around. This tile is pretty cool. So you've got some that have a little bit of blue, some that have a little bit of gold, but it's just gorgeous. So let's take a look at the floor tile. So it's more of kind of the smaller rectangles in there. You've got a little bit of a step up here, not much at all, but plenty to be able to keep the water in. But even if you've got a challenge, you know, with step overs, that's not gonna be an issue at all. You've got a small area over here to be able to put your shampoo, but if you need additional area, you've got this whole ledge here to put shampoo, conditioner, loofahs, bars of soap, whatever you like. So, all right, so let's take a look at the water closet here to the left. We do have a door, so it is private. We do have a vent up above, and we've actually got a little AC or heat coming in depending on the time of the year. So give you a look at the pools here. And now let's take a look at the master closet. So this master, unlike some of the others, does have a window in it. So really smart, man. I actually really like this. So most of the time, if they've got a window, they don't put any shelving there at all. It's just kind of wasted storage space. They didn't do that here. So you can still hang, like, so if you've got shorts, or if you want to put some shoes up on top of there, or hang anything that's smaller, this is probably tall enough where you could still hang jeans from there. So it's not wasted space at all. Then for all of your taller items, it goes all the way around. It's a pretty good sized closet. But I like when the closets have at least a small window in it like this one does. Man, this just keeps going and going and going. So plenty of storage in here. A very, very nice walk-in closet. So, all right, let's go check out some of the other bedrooms that are up here. So that's why we do a tour of, you know, there may be the same floor plan, but each one has their own kind of nuances to them. They have different options in them. And so we're touring multiple houses within this subdivision. Because if you look at one, you'll be like, that doesn't have what I want. Well, they probably have 3 or 4 more of the exact same floor plan, but they all have different features within them. So something I don't think that I've pointed out yet of these Meritage homes, at least in this video, is that we do have, let's do this closet here first. Sometimes my ADD gets the best of me. So I like this closet because it's a little bit deeper, right? Like you've got this additional hanging area that's there. So it's not a standard size closet. It's like maybe a 1.5 size. But what I was going to point out is that in each of these rooms, both upstairs and downstairs, you've got the built-in blinds already there. So they put that in for you. So we're looking at the tankless heater, tankless hot water heater. We've got the blown-in insulation. We've got the blinds. We've got the washer and dryer, that's included. And we've got the refrigerator. So a lot of pluses for these homes here that most builders are they're not gonna include those things. So, all right, pretty standard size bedroom. I'll go to the back corner to give you an idea of kind of the size. So you could fit a queen in here. I wouldn't go anything past a queen, but that would fit well with 2 smaller bedside tables. So this is a walk-in closet as well. It's a little bit deeper. The width is about the same as a normal closet, but as you can tell by looking at the floor, that gives you more floor storage space in here if you need it. So, all right, let's go take a look at the other spare bedroom that's up here. So I kind of like this one. So this is close to the same size as the other. Why do I like this one a little bit better? It's just because it's on the corner of the house, right? So it's going to be a little bit quieter. You do have obviously the bedroom that's on the other side of this wall that the camera's pointing to right now. But other than that, you're not really going to hear much noise at all up here. Plus this one does have the dual closet doors. So it's just going to be a little bit easier to access the width of the closet. It is a little bit wider than an average closet as well, maybe 50% wider. So it gives you a lot more hanging room and a lot more floor space to be able to put shoes or whatever you would like to be able to store in here. So all right, so what else do we have up here? So we've got a little storage closet here, but what a great space to be able to store your towels, extra blankets, pillows, that sort of thing. And what's great up here is since most of the bedrooms are up here, probably all of the bedrooms you would use, because most people, they may use that, you know, may use some of the downstairs area, but really the bedrooms, most of them are going to be sitting up here where people are actually sleeping. So here's that washer and dryer that's included. So pretty nice Whirlpool appliances. And you've got, you know, a ledge up there where you can hang some stuff, but that's pretty wide. I mean, that's plenty of room for, you know, your laundry detergent, your dryer sheets, everything that you would need up there. So, and last but not least up here, we do have the full bath. So we'll take a look at the cabinets there. You do have that middle set of drawers. Give you a close-up again at the plumbing fixtures and of the countertop surface. And I'll let you take a look at the light fixtures that are up here. And we do have the elongated toilet, a tub shower combination, and, you know, the towel bar that's there. So plenty of space on both sides to be able to put multiple shampoos, conditioners, all of those goodies. We'll give you a look at the tile here so you can check that out. So I hope you guys are enjoying these home tours. And the nice thing is that you can re-watch these over and over if there's a particular house that you like, or maybe you're comparing one house within the subdivision to another house, and be able to go slow, take your time. Unlike a traditional tour where you're trying to kind of absorb everything in, you know, 15 minutes of walking through a house and then make a decision on whether that's the one you want to buy, these tours you really get a chance to take your time. So, all right, let's check out the outside area. So if you prefer to not have a covered area in the back, this one is an open top, so you can get a little bit more sunshine, a little bit more natural light, but holy cow. I mean, look at this. It's just gorgeous out here. Gorgeous. Pretty level lot, especially for Mansker Farms. And you get the accurate feel that none of your neighbors are like right on top of you, that you've got some space in between. And this isn't just like, you know, your house is sitting on a postage stamp and you've got no yard at all. Something to note as well, guys, is look, all of this, you're not just getting straw and grass seed back here, that they've already got the grass and it's already ready to go. So truly move-in ready homes. You do have the beautiful hardy board that's back here as well. You've got that electric outlet in case you're wanting to do some lights back here, or if you've got a you know, a pellet grill that you need to plug in. So I do want to take one more opportunity to thank Brandon. Thank you, Brandon, for allowing us to tour these homes and to show it to people across the country as they're moving to the Nashville area. Really appreciate you, brother. And yeah, if I can help you guys in any way, I mean, I got a call yesterday from somebody from California that had some questions about Middle Tennessee real estate. So I'm always happy to answer those questions. 615-265-1000. Be sure to like and subscribe. We've got so many home tours already in the pipeline, ready to go, and some great neighborhood tours coming up as well. So God bless. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much.